at Silicon Valley Space Startup Association, and this association is all about helping um, uh, the um, the innovators in the Bay Area to kind of understand, what the market looks like. It's very, very interesting. Some stories that come to mind, and I won't name people, but so I was working with this one group early on, and there were a couple of engineers who had this idea about what they thought um, um, people should buy. Right? They had a product in their mind, and they was like, I think everybody needs this product. And I was like, so how many people have you talked to? Our friends love this idea, our families love this idea, and we have been talking to a few people who really think that it would be good for them. And so people normally start sometimes with the solution and not with the problem. So it's interesting to see then to build problems around the solutions that they have, or they think it would be interesting for people to buy. Also, many times the people who come from the development background know how to build a product, but they don't know how to take it to market. So that's, and there's some very wonderful stories that emerge out of that. And so that's interesting. And then I had this great chat with somebody who was actually he and his wife, they were building a monitor to basically they just had a baby, and they were always under this fear, if you will, of what happens if we forget to monitor the the baby monitor that we have, and the baby stops breathing. So they were actually putting together a sensor that would help them or ring an alarm if the baby doesn't have body movements for like 30 seconds or a certain amount of time. And I thought that was a great idea that they were working on, because it came from a real problem. And it was interesting, like, we went through the process of how they were going to take it to market and everything else, and started having the discussions. Also, some very interesting stories around when people start looking for funding, and they have this huge amount of confidence. And as the whole VC process goes through and the funding process goes through, some great examples of how people have used their personal brand, have used their networks to get that funding.